Hello everyone. Today I will be doing some maintenance on this truck I just bought. It is a 2002 Toyota Tacoma. It is the SR5 in silver, extra cab with the Tier D off-road package. So it has the full 4x4 system. I will be doing some maintenance on it today. I'll put the list up on the screen as I work on it. So please enjoy. Since the truck is still warm, before I do anything with the engine, I'm going to try to do some of the miscellaneous tasks. The first thing is going to be attempting to take this tow hitch off. It came with this lock on it, but as you can see, I'm going to move this closer. This is completely corroded. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this off. I'm going to pry at it for a little bit and see if I can clear some of this build up away and maybe unlock it, but I'm not very hopeful. So my first job of the day might have been a failure here. I need to do some research and see. It looks like there's a name on here of the lock. I don't know if this came with Toyota, um, but it is so corroded. As you can see, I don't think that will be coming off. So I'm going to need to do some research. I don't even see a keyhole in there, so looks like the first job of the day was a failure. Let's move on to something else. Alrighty, the second job will be remove the stickers. That's not too bad. I got that one off. I'll take you guys to the front ones. It took me 7 minutes to get that off. These are really stuck. So I think I'm gonna need some Goo Gone and a razor blade potentially. I just soaked them in some lubricant, so hopefully they become a little bit less unstuck. But as you can see down there, they are not going anywhere. I'm gonna try to pick at these some more off camera, but we might have to move on. This is so dirty. I'm glad I picked up a new one. So that's moving in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and tighten this down, and that should fix my door. All right, guys. I gave it a minute to sit. I sprayed some more WD-40 on it and just let it sit for about 10 minutes. And I just tightened it some more. It actually broke loose. I think it was just a little rusty, and I was able to tighten it down quite a bit. This is about as tight as I can go. And listen to the door. No more noise. So that worked. I'm very glad that worked, actually. I was not very hopeful after I started hearing it strip. So I'm going to pop this grommet back on. There we go. Alright, the next thing I'm working on is the e-brake tensioner. So my e-brake in my truck is really loose. It's not clicking at all, which is leaving the brake line on in the truck. So as you can see here, this is the e-brake line. This runs from inside with the lever that you pull, and then it comes here, and it's on this tensioner arm, which translates it into an actual mechanical rod, which goes to the rear drums of the truck. I'm hoping I don't have to pull the drums off of the truck, and what I can do here is just adjust this. I just quickly, before I grab my camera, just finger adjusted this, and this was really loose. So I'm hoping this is the issue, and it starts to click now when I pull it. If I had to guess when I was pulling it earlier and it wasn't doing anything, it's because this was too loose to actually pull this in the drum brakes. So I'm going to tighten this up with just a wrench and then a ratchet, or just a wrench. I can't get a ratchet on there, just a wrench. And we'll see if that fixes the job. Hopefully it does. This would be an ideal circumstance. Okay, so the video you just saw was me setting my phone down and just jiggling the e-brake cable to see what it was doing. And it actually wasn't the second line, which I thought it was, but it was the first line. As you notice, it was slack. It wasn't doing anything. So I just went underneath and basically just pulled it as tight as I could with my hand, this line. And I'm a little worried because this is kind of on its last leg there. There's some rust on it. So I'm sure that's part of the issue. But now there's no play, as you can see in the e-brake. So I'm going to turn the truck on and see if the light is on. If not, that would be a success. And I'll be very happy with that. So yeah, let's see. Hey, the e-brake light is off. So that is success. Awesome. So you see right here, I have the 5VZ engine with the 4x4 here. So I will be needing to put 5.2 quarts in, including the filter. I went and picked up 6 quarts of 530 here, advanced synthetic with Valvoline, and then a new Wix filter. So let's get started. To get to the oil filter, I have to undo this and then peel back this flap behind the driver's side tire. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but the filter is right here. So here's the difference between the old washer and I picked up a new one. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if that washer has ever been replaced. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the pin back on, take out the filter, and then fill her up with some oil. Looks like this one's broken. And then this one goes in. Let's see if I can't pull that out. When I get finished emptying this 5-quart, I should be able to check the dipstick and it should read right around the lowest line, because 4.9 quarts is the minimum. So theoretically it should be about there, and then I'll add 0.2 quarts of this. We should be good to go. Next after this will be the O2 sensor. So I got to check engine light. And I went ahead and used an OBD2 reader, ran the code. It was sensor number 2. So that is the rear O2 sensor. It's right behind the catalytic converter. That is the job I'm most excited for. I picked up a Bosch one. I can get the exact part number in a second. Just from O'Reilly's. And that should clear, assuming all goes well with that, that should clear my check engine light. So I'm most excited for that. And then after that, all we have left is the front pads, which is definitely going to take me the longest. So it's actually reading pretty good. So I'm just going to add a little bit and then we should be good to go. All right, there are 189 milliliters in 0.2 quarts. So if I knew where I put the extra bottle of oil, I'm going to add just under 200, which is not much at all, to this. And that should be perfect. It says it can hold up to 5.4 quarts, I think. So if we go just a little over, it's okay, but I don't really want to. And of course, little cap. All right, oil change done. Now here's the oil filter. It is a Bosch, like I said. Here's the part number 05414. Here it is. So this is what sticks in the actual exhaust. We'll have to use the old studs for this. And then this clips into the old harness. So, like I said, I'm most excited for this. Let's Make sure to keep this clean and then throw this in the new exhaust. Alright, here we go. This is the downstream O2 sensor, sensor number 2. As you can see, we are on the right hand side of the vehicle. This is the cat, so we are right behind the cat. I just need to, whoa, these are very corroded. Alright, let's hope these come off, although I am actually a little doubtful, so we might need to run to the hardware store and get some new nuts and maybe new studs as well. But yeah, that's not good. But as you can see, this runs up through here, and it runs all the way down to right here, and then basically you just pull this out and insert the new one. So hopefully I'll record it, but hopefully we can get these off. Alrighty, we are moving on to the brakes now. I've got the tire jacked up just a little bit with the jack stand. I have a jack there to be safe. I just cracked these before I lifted the truck up. That way I could get all the bolts undone. And then now I'm just going to undo the bolts and then begin the brake job. Alrighty, I'm learning all sorts of lessons here, but the tire was stuck. And so I just looked up some YouTube videos on how to get it unstuck. And they were all like, kick it, hit it with a hammer. And so I did that, but it wasn't coming undone. And so another guy saw another video with like a little bit, I had to scroll a little bit, I found a different video. And he said, throw the lugs back on, just hand tighten them on, leave them a little loose, and drop the car off the jack. And the weight of dropping the car, and then shake the car. So if you, I'll record it for the next one, because I'm guessing the other wheel is going to be done, or stuck, but I dropped it, I shook the car, jacked it back up, and sure enough, the weight of the car did all the work for me, and it got it unstuck. Although, I tightened this one a little too much. How did I do that? There we go. But as you can see, the wheel is loose now, so thank God. Of course, working on a car is never going to go easy, huh? Get this last lug off. And the wheels should come off. Ugh. There we go. Throw that under the car for a just in case measure. And we can get to work on this caliper here. Here's our pin. And then our clip. Oh, which is behind the pin, so I need to knock the pins out. Ooh, they look corroded. Of course, they're corroded, champs. Yeah, these look a little corroded, I do have to say. I'm gonna pop the brake fluid. All right, it is day 2 of working on the Tacoma. Yesterday I reached a bit of a stopping point, so I will put them up on the screen. But once I got the wheel off and was looking at doing the pads, the calipers were pretty much completely seized for the most part. The pins were completely rusted in place, which tells me that my brake job turned in from just a pad job to probably a full set of new calipers and probably rotors. So that will be coming in a different, probably future video, probably a couple weeks from now. I'm thinking about doing the Tundra upgrade onto my brakes. Just while I'm redoing the whole brake system, I might as well upgrade them. Or I might go with just some new Napa calipers and then new rotors, but we will see. Today, we will be doing the rest of the O2 sensor. Last night, off camera, worked on these bolts a little bit more, and can't really see without a flash, but they've been cracked finally. So I went to the hardware store and picked up some new bolts today. And we'll be finishing up the O2 sensor, which hopefully turns off the check engine light. And then that will be it. So let's get to work. Oh. Here they are. Oh, look, it's stuck in there. But I got those bolts off. They are so rusty and stripped that I had to use, what is this? 7/16. So they're M12 bolts. So they're size 12. But they had corroded so much that they had shrunk. So the 12 was spinning and stripped them. I know you guys can't probably see that. But I just got them off finally. So I'll show you guys. Now this is the O2 sensor. This should just pop. Shield pops off. Which, of course, I drop. And then this whole thing should come out. Lucky for me, the stud stayed in place because I need those. But here it is. And then there's a gasket. Ooh. There's a gasket on there that I'm gonna pop off with probably. Oh, it is so corroded. You see that, guys? I'll pop it off with probably a flathead and get that. And then I'm gonna clean it off with just like a file or a wire brush. And then we'll throw the new one on there. But I gotta take this old one out. Alrighty. So I'm working on getting this harness out of here. So I popped this grommet off this hole. And the harness is supposed to just stick out right underneath in that hole. But I couldn't get it. So what I did is I popped this plastic piece off of the side and just lifted up this carpet here. If you look underneath, it's pretty dark, but the plastic piece is right there where my finger is. So I should be able to unclip it from here and then plug in the new O2 sensor from here and then pop this panel back on and put the carpet back in, pop the panel back on, and then I can start installing the new O2 sensor on the exhaust. All right, I got the clip pulled out. As you can see, unconnected. And so I pulled the O2 sensor completely out. As you can see, this thing is shot. Compared to the new one, this looks awful. I also went and peeled off the top. I'm gonna hit it with a wire brush, and then we're gonna install the new one. All right, one of the most important things to check for when doing these O2s is to make sure your surface is completely clean. I just brushed mine off. It's pretty good. It's about the best as it's gonna get. But the surface is pretty clean. So when I clamp down the new garment and then the new O2, it should be pretty good. All right, a brand new O2 sensor is installed. I've got it. Oh, where is it? Right here. I got the new grommet in. So I think now it's time to clean up, start the truck up, and see if that check engine light's gonna turn off or not. All right, the check engine light is off. So that concludes the maintenance. There is plenty of work still left to do. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe. I will be doing a lot of work on this truck in the future. So thank you, everyone.